Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a Gruul deck we picked up off the Platinum-Mythic list. Now, last time we picked one up, I called it Gruul Aggro. This looks somewhat like it, but we're missing a lot of the hasty aspects of it. In this one, though, it appears to be a lot about throwing out +1/+1 countered. So this one's probably going to be a modified deck of some sort, Gruul modified. It looks interesting. It looks cool. Is it going to be my favorite deck in the world? Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, 42nd in line to the Royal Throne of Norway, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on Magic GG's Platinum-Mythic list, titled Nothing in Particular. But this is a Gruul deck, and so I'm calling it Awesome Gruul right now. Awesome Gruul. As far as I can tell, I think this is a Gruul modified deck, meaning we're playing around with +1/+1 counters, shifting them around, growing our creatures up. Usually it's pretty decent. So because on the Platinum-Mythic list, I have high hopes that this is going to be a cool, aggressive, fun deck that will win the vast majority of the time. We'll just have to play it and find out. All right, so let's take a look at the cards that make it up. We got Kumano, who pumps up creatures, does a point of damage when it first comes out, and gives you a 2/2 hasty guy. This guy, you just keep pumping as much mana as you can into him, and he's a flying hasty, whatever. Lightning Strike for 3 points of damage. Quirion Beastcaller grows every time you put a new creature out. This guy does damage equal to his toughness, but you can also put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control when it comes into play. This guy's got Double Strike, and you can play him from your graveyard to have him attack with haste. Otherwise, you can also discard your hand and draw 3 brand new cards. This will save your butt more times than not. We do not have a Mishra, so who cares about the blending ability, whatever that's cost. The melding. That's not going to happen. All right, Voldaren Thrillseeker. This, to me, when I first saw it, thought it was one of the dumber cards out there. This is probably the best card in the world right here. Voldaren Thrillseeker. Because it has fling built into it, right? Not only that, but for that turn it comes into play, you put those 2 counters on something, you could fling it at something. And with all the modifications coming out, you just keep piling everything onto something. You Voldaren Thrillseeker, put 2 more on it. Or you tack in for like 7, and then you throw it at something for 7. This is going to end the game. This is going to win it for you. And here it's 5 points of damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle for 3. Good. And then you get to look at the library, pull a card, and you can play it till the end of the turn. All your modified creatures get trample. And then, whenever they deal common damage to a player, you search for a basic land, and you put it to the battlefield tapped. So this is like ramp as well. This guy puts a +1 counter, gives them trample until the end of the turn. And then whenever they deal damage, you can get some land cards from amongst the top of your library and put it in your hand. Arlinn. So this is weird seeing Arlinn in a non-werewolf deck, but whatevs, man. There's only 2 of them in here. She comes out as a non-werewolf, and she can put out wolves, or what is this? Puts additional +1 counter on it on a creature you may play, right? And they can have flash, or until your turn, you would cast a creature spell as though they had flash, and each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1. That's great. That's great. Otherwise, if you can actually get to the Nightbound, it can become a wolf. An indestructible trample hasty 5/5 wolf. And give you mana. So, great. Arlinn's fantastic in Gruul decks. And Halana and Alena only cost 4, but they have first strike and reach as a 2/3, and at the beginning of combat, you put +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control equal to Halana and Alana's powers. So if there's some place you want to start pumping up, it's Halana and Alana, because they'll just turn around and give out other counters to everybody else every turn. All right, so this is a deck of sharing love bots that love to just pass out those counters like candy on Halloween. And that's what we're going to see happen. We got a bunch of land, 24, not too little, not too much, not too low. Yeah. And a nice collection of both. Some are fast at the early game, some are fast at the end game, and then we got pain lands for if you just want to hurt yourself because your mom didn't pay attention to you as a kid. All right, so that's it. That's the deck. Let's go be aggressive. Let's be aggressive. Let's be aggressive. All right, before we do, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, playing against Dr. Knockers 099. Dr. Knockers and I went to the same medical school together. He just went in a different direction than I did. All right, let's keep that bat all shut up. All right, 2 is going to get us. Let's just go ahead and we'll pump this way. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. That's what I hate about getting this on second turn. One, 2, which is going to make it into an automatic 3. All in. All right, I'm willing to slow things down a little bit. This guy really doesn't do anything except for himself. Everybody else has got even levels across the board. You want to determine who you want to kill next? Is that the deal? One, 2, 3. All right, it's gonna happen. Might as well not block. Nope, don't have what it takes, huh? Okay, we'll Voldaren Thrillseeker it then. Alright, I'm not willing to give up on the double up on the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. And we win! See you later, Doc Knockers. See ya. Alright, we're playing against System 700. 1, 2, 3. Love what we got here. Keep it. How you doing, C-3PO? Yeah, you're such a badass. All right, System 700. We're waiting on you, my man. Takes turns when the fun starts. Let's see, 3. Still, we're only going to be able to put down 1 creature. 4. It's pretty much 1 creature per turn is the problem here. Shivan Devastators, I could be playing them, but then they'd be like really weak. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so yeah, it's decided if he's going to try to ramp, if I can nip that in the bud, that would be better. Of course, he just ramped himself into 2 treasures, but of course those are only one-time shots. I have to imagine this guy is looking to kill my creatures. He's got black, he's got red. He's going to have some creature kills there. Let's keep that modified going. Now all you're going to do is just draw cards? So if we do the math, what do we got? 7, 8. Voldaren Thrillseeker could probably win the game for us next turn. Wants to gain 3 life out of the deal. Let's see what happens here. That's how we win. I don't have to do this one. 7, 2, and there. Let's do another one. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, I can't figure it out. Oh, that's right, because he wasn't a 7. Victory! Alright, playing against Hashin X93. Keep. Shivan Devastators, man, I'm not putting you out for 0, you jerks. Non-creature, non-land. That was 1 card there, apparently. Alright. Alright, he's playing black. He'll be just killing my creatures left and right. Or is he just going for a discard deck here? 1, 2. Just gonna be the two of them? Yeah, it is. All right, down to 9. We've got 8 attack for the next turn. All you have is discard in your hands. All right, so if I attack him now, I'll get through with 4. I've got 3 on top of that. Let's just go for the Shivan. All right, that's 7. And he's just going to stand there. Can't do anything about that. We're just going to stand here like idiots now. Alright, dude, if you want to attack and just, like, you know, attack. Oh, that's too bad. Now you can see why you're not allowed to attack. No tax. All right, so if I attack now, I'll get at least 2 in. Let's do it. All right, there we go. Doesn't matter. And you lose. Suck it, hashing. Suck it. All right, playing against Grogita 2K. Gogita. Gogita. All right, let's keep it. I don't like Stinky Dog. Kind of hope we'll pull something we can play on turn 2. There we go. We do have something to play on turn 2. All right, what are we roughing into here? Phyrexian Dragon Engine, probably. Maybe Kumano first. Dragon Engine needs the pluses. So I'm thinking we put out our 4th land, Kumano, and then Kodama, and then put out Dragon Phyrexian Engine on the next turn. In for 2. Down to 10. All right. Lightning Strike, we need to take out whatever. He's just going to kill something. Take out whatever creature he puts in play. This sucks, but I kind of have to do it. Because I could have used that to get rid of the mechanized warfare. Yeah, you'll deal 2? All right, let's go in there, Hasty. Haste mix in. And we win! Suck it! Suck it! All right, playing against EarlyBird. 1, 2, 3. I like it. I like what I see. These Doomskar Warriors are pretty kick-ass, actually. What I like about it is to put the +1 counters on stuff when they come into play. They got trample. They give trample to other people. I think this guy wants to kill the Quirion Beastcaller. Let's put another one. All right. And he's dead. And he's dead. And that's worth 6. Who are we going to bring back here? Let's go for that guy. Yep. Oh man, those two work well together. Well, that's bad. What a jerk. Alright, we'll have to take Hourbrask's Forge pretty soon. Costs us 2 to do. We got another board wipe coming up or something. Yeah, another board wipe. Alright, I'm going to slip out the Halana and Lana. He's only got one card. He's got 2 cards. Hopefully we can keep it alive. And we are in for a truckload. What are we taking? Ooh, this is going to win it. That's going to win it. That Thrillseeker. Victory! Victory! Alright, so here we are with awesome Gruul. Man, this deck was so incredible. So incredible. I've been messing around with Gruul lately, and I've been really impressed. But this deck was just such an incredible feat of engineering. I ended up with a 75% win rate, but I mean, I went for, I don't know, what was it, 6 games at 100%, like no losses. It just was just incredible. The only time that things got really bad was when people were just sitting there just playing nothing but creature kill constantly. Creature kill, creature kill, creature kill. I mean, because this thing puts out creatures like crazy. Usually, you somebody wipes the board, you got another 3 in your hand. It doesn't really matter that much. You can just keep going for it. And they just get better and better and better as the game goes along. Plus, the synergy between the cards is also fantastic. So it's just an incredible deck that holds up. So let's just see. Who was the MVP, the most valuable player of this deck? To me, it was Voldaren Thrillseeker. I have been so impressed with this deck ever since, I don't know, what is that symbol? It's not Aftermath, but March of the Machine comes out, right? Man, this card is so choice, so incredibly awesome. The only thing I don't like about it is that I just don't feel like it should be a vampire. I think it should be a goblin, because this is totally a goblin card. But back up two, which means you're putting 2 +1/+1 counters on stuff. And on this deck, where you could just pass that stuff around, that's exactly what you need to be doing. It's a Gruul modified deck that is just insane. All right, so yeah, Voldaren Thrillseeker once again is my MVP. Once again. All right, was this deck competitive? I mean, I picked it up off of the Platinum-Mythic list. Yes, it is competitive. It is competitive. Full on rank competitive. My personal thing, I got, like I said, 75%. Man, that is full competitiveness right there. You're going to lose every once in a while. Various reasons. One time I lost just because the game wouldn't stop giving me lands. It was just like, I got 24 lands in here. That's a perfectly reasonable one. Could we go down to 23? Yeah, maybe. But yeah, one time I got like 6 lands in a row while I was in late game, and that was just ridiculous. But still, that's just the randomizer doing its thing, right? So, this deck is about as close to perfect as it can possibly be, in my opinion. This is a perfect deck. Competitiveness. All right, was the deck fun? Absolutely. It was fun. From start to finish, this deck was fighting. I mean, the thing is, you can't do anything on the first turn. There's no attackers on first turn. Shivan, the best thing you could do is get a Kumano faces Kakkazan. You get one of those out that does 1 point of damage, and you move on to your next turn. Because then you play anything from, basically Shivan Devastator to Quirion Beastcaller to Streetwise Negotiator to get that out with an extra +1/+1 counter on there. That is so incredibly cool. I was just thinking how even if you played this with nothing for X, but you're on the second turn of the Kumano faces Kakkazan, you could get the +1 counter on it from his ability, which means if on second turn, you could probably play another Kumano faces Kakkazan if you wanted to. I'm not sure why I'd want to do that. It's okay to be a little bit slower. The thing is, there's not a lot of haste going on here, but there is the potential for haste. Haste comes from all Kumano right there. Also, Halana and Alena will pass out haste. Nobody else has haste, but there's definitely a lot of packing going on there. Like this one keeps growing. This one puts out a +1/+1 counter. This one puts out 2 +1 counters. This one puts out 1 +1 counters. This gives everything trample that has counters on it. This is a great place to land your counters onto because that double strike I mean, it's just so insane. So this is such a fun deck. Now, was this deck interesting? Like, why did I play it? What attracted me to it? Well, I'm always attracted to a good Gruul deck. I've been playing Gruul Modified lately, too. This one had Nahiri's Warcrafting in it. It had Arlinn, the Pack's Hope in it. It had Doomskar Warrior in it. So it seemed a little weird. I wasn't quite sure what it was about this particular configuration. It seemed like a lot like the Gruul modifiers I've been playing lately. But yeah, like I said, it had a few extra cards in it. It had that Voldaren Thrillseeker in it. I've been seeing Gruuls with Voldaren Thrillseekers. It's totally worth it. Streetwise Negotiator, that's another one. I'm still not sure that Streetwise Negotiator is worth being in here. But, it is able to pass +1 counters around, which I think goes well. Yeah, this is totally, I guess, what should be called a modified deck. Yeah, it's just really good. So it was interesting from a synergy perspective. So the way that the cards all interwork with each other, you're able to make decisions on the fly as to how to best focus your counters around. Putting things onto the Quirion Beastcaller is a good way because, or throwing everything onto Halana and Alena because they always share their stuff with other people. Halana and Alena by far is the best place to put it. Or putting things onto the Dragon Engine because it's got double strike. Or putting it onto the Shivan Devastator because he's flying. Or the Doomskar because he's got trample. And the more you have a bunch of Shivan Devastators packed up against each other or Doomskar Warriors packed up back and back against each other, you can just keep packing stuff on. And then it just keeps getting so much more aggressive. So yeah, this deck, I know from the synergy, the way the cards play, the interaction between them. Yeah, it was fantastic deck. Fantastic. All right, so let's add all that up together. That is a fully competitive deck. It is incredibly fun today to play and is interesting. Interesting. So therefore, I've got to give it an A+. A+. And as federal law requires me to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up should you have the means. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.